Smith with Family Tree Counseling Associates, and I'm the author of the ebook, The Secret to Healing Your Marriage After an Affair. This book has been downloaded 1,802 times. It's my second most popular book that's being downloaded. It's 45 pages. It's an illustrated PDF where there's lots of pictures throughout, and you can download it onto your iPad. Basically, most of the book is written to the spouse of the person who's had an affair, because you're in so much pain. It's just, I call it bone-crushing pain. I don't know if there is pain worse than finding out your spouse has been having an affair. Everyone you know and our culture will tell you that you've been victimized horribly, that you should be resentful and bitter, that maybe you shouldn't forgive, maybe you should get a divorce. And the whole message of the book is so powerful because it'll help you, because what I'll teach you is things are not what they seem. You have actually not been victimized. And I know that sounds crazy, but I will prove that to you in this book. We all marry exactly who we need to marry. And if there was a distant parent or any kind of abandonment in your childhood, you will be drawn to someone that you know in your heart, even as a young kid and you're dating. We know in our hearts, we know who these people are. That's why we like them. We like the people who are well geared to hurt us the most. So if there is some abandonment in your childhood, you will pick somebody who will betray you in the worst way possible, and that is to have an affair. That one paradigm shift has helped save literally hundreds and hundreds of marriages through our practice. It's the very foundation of our practice. We've got 11 therapists here. We've been here since 1989. I've been booked solidly since 1989. I tell people I only know one thing. I've only got one skill. The thing I know is you married somebody who is a hidden version of your parents' worst qualities. And the skill I have is I've been given some communication abilities and abrasiveness, if you will, that can help you swallow that down when it's hard to choke down. But it is the truth. It is the God's truth, I'm telling you. So this is how it works. We all get wounds in our childhood. And if you'll think about your childhood, if your spouse has had an affair, if they're a sex addict, how close were you to your dad? How close were you to your mom? I don't run across folks that in a healthy way. Now, I sometimes run across people that were too close to a parent, and then they grew up sort of primitive and needy. They married a primitive, needy person who then got primitive and needy with somebody else. But I don't run into people who had truly healthy, connected relationships with both parents who then marry somebody who has an affair. I don't think it happens, ever. If your spouse has had an affair, it signifies not only something wrong with the marriage, but my friend, it does signify that there's something wrong with you as well. And there's something wrong with everybody. So don't be defensive about that. So read this book. This book can save your life. This book can save your marriage. If every marriage counselor in America had this one concept of there's no victims in marriage, you marry the right person, embrace the pain, do not be a victim, I think the divorce rate would plummet. I know it would. It is the vital paradigm shift that can help any marriage, but particularly if there's been abandonment. Okay, I want to tell you a story. to illustrate this. Had a woman come in with her husband, and she's ready to kill him. She thought she married this really nice fellow, but as it turns out, after 4 years of marriage, he was on the internet with a camera doing addictive, unspeakable things that shocked her. And I knew I had one visit to shift her paradigm, and then she was headed directly to an attorney because she was in so much pain. So I simply, and in 10 minutes, she shifted from a punishing, blaming, heading for divorce victim mentality to 10 minutes later, she's committed to the marriage. There's no talk of divorce. She's committed to therapy, and she's being pleasant and not bitter and critical. And all I said was, everybody marries a hidden version of the worst quality of your parents. Tell me about your father. As it turned out, in this case, her father was a notorious sexual addict who'd spent time in jail for sexual crimes. So all I did was say that one sentence, and she goes, "Oh, got it." It was just like turning on a light switch. Bam. She totally shifted. That was about 1.5 years ago. They don't come anymore. They just had a baby, and happily married. Everything's going great. He goes to 12-step meetings. He's not acting addictively. And they both did a great deal of really important and deep work on healing the wounds of their childhood that they wouldn't have done without his acting out. So, if you think like a victim, and again, your pastor, your counselor, most books will tell you you've been victimized. They're wrong. They don't know what they're talking about, and they're going to hurt you. Because if you come from a victim perspective, you're going to take your pain and times it by 5. It'll be 5 or 10 times worse. The sense of, this is just happening to me. I'm an innocent victim. There's no rhyme or reason to it. My spouse just stabbed me in the back, and I hate them. Well, it's just not true. And all it's going to do is hurt you. So this book, it could save your marriage. It could save your life. I do have a cutting style. You probably got the sense of that. But people that are locked into a victim mentality, they need a strong message. What I view this victim thing, it's if your heart is a garden, then the sense of being a victim is like a weed. And for some people, it grows as big as an oak tree. So in therapy, what I do is I got to take down the oak tree and pull it up by its roots before any sun can get in the rest of the garden. And that's what this book will do. It will change how you think. Stephen Covey said, if you want to help somebody quickly change their paradigm, change their worldview, change how they think. So this book is powerful. I started writing, this was my first ebook. I started writing it in 2007, and I put my heart and soul into this book. And I'm telling you, if you'll read it with an open mind, it will not only help you save your marriage, but it can help you rebuild your marriage into something stronger and better and deeper than you've ever had before. So the book is free. It'll be free until September. In September, I have a new book coming out on abandonment issues. It's going to be over 100 pages. If you have a marriage where there's a lot of jealousy, or a relationship where there's a lot of jealousy, you want to get this book on abandonment, because it's about reactive fighting, ugly fights about irrational jealousy. So if you'd like to be on our mailing list, feel free. Right on the home page where you're at, you can just, in the welcome section, just click a link, and that'll bring you to the section where you just type in your email address and join our mailing list. Or you can hit the contact us, and it'll bring you to that same place. You just type in your email address, you're on the list, and what you'll get is a weekly email. and it's very professionally done. It'll have a link to my weekly blog. I blog every week, pour my heart and soul into it. We have, I think, 34 videos now that are available for you to click and watch. And then the other 11 staff members, many of them blog as well. So read the book. It's free. Download it now before September. Enjoy it and let it work on your heart and soul. If you want to talk with me, I am available. There's this amazing technology called Skype or FaceTime. I'm looking at my iPad right now to make this video, but I could just as well be looking at you through a Skype appointment. So anywhere in the English-speaking world, if you want to make an appointment, my schedule's very tight, but we'll fit you in. And these Skype appointments are a little bit weird at first, but they work quite well. So if you read the book and you have questions and something just isn't quite making sense and you want to talk with me, then send me an email, familytreecounseling@juno.com. The information is on the website. For my phone is 317-507-8866. So I hope the book helps you. I hope that you shift out of any sense of being victimized, and I hope you are able to save your marriage. And like I said, let me know if I can be of further help, and thank you for your interest in the book. Take care.